No, don't ever do that. I don't think that's even fathomable. It's so stupid. Why would anyone ever do that? It is completely unrealistic, especially with the society that we live in today. I mean, it makes me so angry. Putting BBs inside of Thunder Bs, it is by far the most stupidest thing you can. What do you mean we're not doing that episode? No, you gave me the text that we're going to be doing that episode. Wait a minute, it's next week? Now, what I mean by girls in Airsoft, I'm talking about my fellow Airsofters who happen to be girls, okay? Nothing sexist about that. It's just one of those topics that seems to be let go or not be talked about when you're talking about it in general. But again, there are girls who definitely want to be in this sport. Why? Because it is ultimately a gender-neutral sport. And what I mean by that it's not like the major sports out there that is highly promoted in our society, like football, well, we'll get into that more later, basketball, volleyball, baseball, well, it's called softball, and for many reasons as well. But the main point is this. Airsoft is a gender-neutral sport, okay? It certainly is, and it's certainly one that every single girl just wants to be participating into because of its gender neutrality. I mean, you have two divisions of the major sports, okay? Women's divisions as well as men's divisions when it comes down to the major sports. Why? Because men are physically superior to girls. I mean, I'm not just saying that just to bring out more sexist topics. I'm just saying that as an observational fact, okay? You got the WNBA and the NBA. That's good, that's okay. But when it comes down to Airsoft, there's no women's division or men's division. Why? Why do I say this? And why do I say that Airsoft is a gender-neutral sport? Is because of the power of the gun. More specifically, the power of the Airsoft gun. The main rule is this. If you shoot somebody with said Airsoft gun at them, they are immediately out of the sport. They are been eliminated, okay? No matter what they're wearing. As long as that BB hits the enemy player, they are out, okay? No matter how strong they are, no matter how fast they are, no matter how maneuverable they are, I guarantee you, you're gonna land that BB on them and you're gonna eliminate them off the field. Sorry, man. Until the next match, of course. I mean, that's what it certainly goes down to, no matter what. The BB determines whether or not your team is losing or winning. And when all is said and done, you'll be able to have a lot of gloating rights, no matter what you do. And that's what I mean by Airsoft being the gender-neutral sport, because that's how tactically superior a person can be, whether if they're being a trigger-happy moron out there or whether or not they're being that SEAL team member out there. It doesn't matter. Like I said before, as long as you abide by that rule, and as long as you're calling your hits, and certainly when there's people who aren't calling their hits, that's just another excuse to shoot them again. But in any other case, that is the most sacred rule of all of Airsoft. You make sure that the other player is eliminated by one shot of the BB, okay? That's pretty much it. That's all said and done. No matter if you are a boy or girl, okay? Certainly, no matter if you're a boy or girl. And that's the #1 reason why every girl should participate in Airsoft. I've heard dozens of accounts of many of my fellow Airsofters who happen to be girls who love this sport. It's because they can run with the boys. It's because they can spend more time outdoors. It's because they'll be able to know the ins and outs of what a real gun feels like as well. So in the future, they can be real responsible gun owners as well. And that draws off to the attention of why girls also get into Airsoft as well, is because they want to prepare themselves to handle a real steel firearm by shooting a non-real steel firearm. You participate in Airsoft long enough, you'll be able to prepare yourself on how to handle a real gun, okay? There are certain rules about handling a firearm that most people take for granted and most of the time people completely abuse, because #1, this is dangerous. You don't ever do that, especially when it comes down to Airsoft. You never point your gun at another person. You always point the SLB down range, away from everybody, okay? And that is one of the main rules of a firearm. You always believe that the gun is loaded, no matter what. No matter if you take the magazine out, no matter if you do point the gun towards the center of the earth, it's just that's how it is, okay? You want to be that safe individual who is not inadvertently putting other lives in danger, okay? And that's one of the main rule sets that they actually prepare themselves as well when they're preparing to buy a real firearm. And that's certainly a good skill that they'll be getting out of when they're participating in Airsoft, okay? They're handling a non-real steel firearm so they'll be able to buy a real steel firearm later on in the future. Because you certainly want to be prepared, especially when said threats may arise or may not arise, God forbid, especially if you yourself are being held up at gunpoint and you want to be able to hold the SOB who's holding you at gunpoint, you'll be able to hold them at gunpoint, because I can certainly tell you there's a lot of good survivor stories out there of many women out there who have saved their own lives by being responsible gun owners. Did they get any attention in the media? Hell no. That's because that's how messed up our world is. Our world is certainly messed up, guys, especially when it comes down to women who just want to be responsible gun owners, and whenever they get into the sport, they're actually seen as men. Trust me when I say this. Holding on to a gun or being a gun owner or handling guns doesn't make you less of a woman or makes you more of a man, okay? That is a ridiculous, delusional narrative that you should get that out of your mind, because it doesn't. It certainly makes you a responsible individual who's actually holding on to a tool that can certainly take another person's life, or in airsoft terms, certainly take out somebody's eye out. That does happen, by the way. You want to be responsible, and you certainly want to be, you don't want to be that person to take another person's eye out. Now, handling a firearm, again, doesn't make you less of a woman or more of a man. Hell, here is a photo of a Kurdish fighter who is literally putting her own life at risk to fight ISIS. Now, is she putting her own life at risk? Certainly. Does she know the risk when it comes down to holding and handling a firearm? Yes, because she is a prime target, especially when it comes down to enemy opposition. Does that purposely, inadvertently destroy her femininity? Hell no. If anything, she's preserving her femininity just by fighting the forces that are out there, as certainly out there, who are going to oppress her if she doesn't fight said oppressors. Now, playing airsoft itself doesn't make you less of a woman or more of a man. You'll definitely get a good skill just by learning how to handle a firearm, by not handling a firearm. And most importantly too, airsoft is certainly a gender neutral sport. If you guys don't believe me, be sure to look at several other channels right down in the description of what this sport really means and how fun it certainly can be if you have the right people, if you're playing with the right people and you are in the right scenario as well. It certainly is. It certainly is. And hell, you are cosplaying the hell out of in the sport as well. I mean, look what I'm wearing. I'm wearing stuff that you really would not see in any other sport, especially paintball. Paintball. Do not go to paintball. Paintball sucks. Don't go. Don't do it.
No. No. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. No. 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 Hell no. 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 I refuse. No.
There are certainly more advantages in airsoft, and you'll definitely be getting a lot of good stuff out of it, especially when it comes down to friendship. Okay, guys? Certainly when it comes down to friendship. You're definitely going out there to shoot friends in the name of friendship, as I famously put it. I've certainly gotten a amount of good friends out of this sport, especially in a fair good amount of girlfriends out there. Not relationship status, but you guys know what I'm talking about. Fellow airsofters who happen to be girls who want my respect because they too have ran into battle all right alongside me and just did heroic actions that I've certainly have not seen in a long time, or I have yet to see later on in the future as well. But again, you're gonna have to participate in airsoft to share that experience, okay? It's certainly one of those sports that you should definitely participate into. And to all my fellow airsoft players out there who happen to be girls, remember this one last aspect. You're having fun. You're certainly having fun. Don't ever forget to have fun. The sport itself is a pinnacle of having fun. I mean, it's fun to get hit, and it's fun to dish out the pain. But at the same time, be sure to have fun. Be sure to just go out there and shoot friends in the name of friendship, who may deserve it or may not deserve it. Don't forget to ever have fun, okay? That is one aspect I forgot to share to you. Just don't ever forget to ever have fun while playing airsoft, not paintball. Now that's pretty much what I got for you guys. Be sure to like and share the hell out of this video and subscribe to my channel for any new airsofters or my fellow airsofters who happen to be girls. In either the case, you'll definitely be getting a lot of good content later on in the future. And with that said, I want you guys to keep those fingers on those triggers, stand by to get some, and most importantly of all, this is Skinwalker, signing off. All right, let's go hunt the bad guys now. Now seriously guys, if you ever give me a wrong pamphlet of the wrong program that we're doing, I literally made myself look like an ass to myself. I mean seriously, you guys should never do this ever again. I'm looking at you, Ryan!